Hi everyone, my name is Brad Hallowell. I'm a business coach at bradhallowell.com. Today I wanted to discuss the ever popular time management. With every business that I work with, that happens to be the number one thing I get asked for is help with their workflow, their business family life, just so they can get some kind of peace to their life. So if you got into business and you did this in order to have more quality time at home and work-life balance, and that's not what's happening, generally you're falling into this trap as well. Now, this can happen from many different reasons that you have time management issues. That's why there's no one quick silver bullet to solve it. As a business coach, I work with people to understand why they're having time management problems. Is it a matter that you can't estimate your time properly? Is it a matter of you take on too much with no guidance whatsoever or rules around your time and how much you allocate, and so on? And there's even procrastination fits into that bill as well. Where I usually start is I try to encourage my clients to time block. Now, what time blocking is, succinctly, is common things that you do every day or every week or every month you would automatically plot into your schedule. Now, this could be things like administration work, invoicing, for example, or doing payroll. Another one could be if you're in a profession that does quotes, you'd want to have time to have that and say, how many quotes can I do a week or in a day, and how long do quotes generally take, and should I segment them? Should there be an A quote, a B quote, a C quote, and so on? And each of those would have a time. Now, I'm getting a little bit granular on you, but I want to try to give you an idea of what I mean about how we can try to map out our schedules. What I did is I put on a seminar a month or so ago, and that was one of the topics I took on. And I put together a time blocking example of, this was basically an amalgamation of 3 different clients, but these are things that were just top of mind as I was building it, just to give it some illustration. And what I have in here is times for emails. Emails have to be one of the biggest time killers going. And if you do not bridle that or have some kind of rules on how you're going to govern that, it can easily overtake your day. So in here in the blue, I'm not sure if you can see that, but in the blue, I had, well, perhaps we'll have some time to do emails here, and then it's only going to be 30 minutes, and then we're going to get on to some other tasks. For you, it could be, I need at least an hour. Well, that's fine, but at least give it some kind of finite time, and then you need to move on to other tasks. Because there are things that demand your attention just as much as emails or perhaps doing payroll, quotes, and so on and so forth, but you need to make the time for them. When you take all the things that you're responsible for and that you want to get done during a day and put that onto your weekly schedule, it now becomes a tangible working tool. This is something now you can look at, you can analyze. When you keep it creeped up into your head, which I always say that you got to get out from between your ears, is knowing that you have all these tasks to do and you get quite overwhelmed. Well, here's how time blocking can help you. Time blocking will say, all right, you're worried about finances, but you're seeing your accountant on Friday at this time block here at 11 o'clock, and you have an hour. So why are you thinking about it on Tuesday? Punt it. It's already been taken care of. That helps relieve a little bit of the anxiety from your mind, knowing that it is going to be tackled, and that's a future you problem. So you'll be taking care of that at this particular juncture. This is an example of how to start to control your workflow. So other things that we have in here is, flex time. Now, why I have flex time is I always suggest to people, if you're doing something that may overtake the time allotted, you might want to just purposely schedule flex time. Now, if the beauty of flex time is if you don't need it for this task, and this one here is quoting, if you don't need it, there's probably things that are on your to-do list that you could easily slot in there to make that 30 minutes that you have absolutely nothing booked, that you can put in there and start tackling that list. In this particular situation, we were talking about taking clients for lunch perhaps. So I said, well, why don't you leave a half an hour open so lunch is now an hour for sure. So if you do not take a client for lunch on the Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, I was saying to this individual, it's open, and again, consider it flex. And you can go ahead and use it for something else that will be constructive and beneficial to your company. So that's what this is all about. Now there's a few things that I get told as to why either A, this won't work, and yes it does, but why it won't work, because we're set in our ways and I don't have a choice. When I hear don't have a choice, I like to really dig into that, because I'm like, what do you mean you don't have a choice? They say, well, the customer calls and I need to do this, or this happens and I need to do that. And I go, I get you. But what I usually do is I hit them where they live. And I usually start off with something like, if your child was in the hospital and you got a call and it says your child's in the hospital, you need to come down here, are you going to respond with, sorry, I have no choice? I doubt it. That takes priority one, because I always say family first, right? So we know that if you really wanted to, you would make other choices on how you're going to manage and allocate your time. And I'll get back to the customer thing for just a second. When a customer say, this is in a construction business, so he brought this up. When the customer says, I need you on site, and you get off the phone saying, sure, I'll be right there, and you hang up, he would bolt up out of his chair, grab his coat, and he's gone. And while that's admirable, I said, could you not grab 90 seconds, maybe 2 minutes, and think to yourself, okay, I'm going to go out to this site. When I get back, what do I want to remind myself that I need to get back to? Or what do I need to do with my schedule? It's like, it's not a lot of time, folks. A couple of seconds, a couple of minutes could help you long term. So this is one example. And I like to bring that up just to show that, listen, slow the day down a little bit. We don't need to be so reactive. Think about how things are going to unfold. When you plan your morning, or when you have these kind of plans going and you start your day, I always say, win the morning, win the day. That means choosing your attitude. That means, how is this day going to unfold? This is going to be a very successful day for me, and then we go forward. Using this, again, this does not solve all your issues. This is a tool, and like any other tool, it's how you navigate it. So anyways, that's just some little bit of tips and information that I have on time management and / controlling your workflow. I hope you found it valuable, and if you have any questions or comments, I would certainly appreciate it below, and I wish you all a very prosperous day, week, and month. This is Brad Hallowell from Hallowell Business Coaching. Come see us at bradhallowell.com, and we'll see you soon. Thanks very much.